Hello everyone, I've been missing for a couple of weeks but there's a good reason for that. I just moved and changed jobs so I'm still getting used to the new changes but worry not because I'm working on a lot of content for this channel. In the meantime, I've been thinking back and forth about whether I should make this video or not because I do not want my channel to be focused entirely out of controversies or drama. But this one is something I've been seeing a lot lately and I couldn't keep my mouth shut. It's about Stellar Blade. For those of you who don't know, Stellar Blade is an upcoming action game starring a female character with interesting proportions, if you catch my drift. Anyway, the controversy revolves around the fact that the main character's got, and hear this, unrealistic body proportions that gets people offended because reasons? Please, let me repeat that again because we have heard this phrase multiple times and it seems it has lost its meaning at this point. Unrealistic body proportions. The character's body is modeled after the body of Shin Jae-yoon. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Let that sink in. They used a real model to create the character. Got it? Okay. So I don't care at this point if critically online people who never touch grass and have less street than Venice get angry. The real reason they are so upset about this is because the character is hot. Yeah, I said it. She's hot. Period. No further explanation needed. These corporative bots are whining and screaming all over social media because they can't accept the fact that a woman with thin waist, bubbly rack and delicate facial features exists as the main character of a video game. They can't even fathom the idea that a woman like this can exist in the real world when, she actually does. So, my question is, what do they define as unrealistic body expectation? Well, here's a little tale from a man of the 90s who can tell you what I learned about body disproportions and body dysmorphia, which is the real issue that nobody seems to be addressing correctly. You may or may not know, but there was a severe epidemic in the late 90s and early 2000s of cases for anorexia in the world, where a lot of women suffer from body dysmorphia and proceeded to become anorexic and bulimic to achieve the looks of the ideal body type of celebrities from back then. I can understand how the societal pressure of achieving this body ideal had affected the physical and mental health of millions of women all over the world, and it's a good thing that a global conscience had erupted after this event to prevent women from going into this terrible path. In fact, I dated for a very long time a girl who had been bulimic in the past, and while she was no longer bulimic and putting her fingers in her throat, she still suffered the sequels of such events, meaning that every time she ate, her body would have developed a reflex of throwing up. Yeah, not cool. So, there's been an incredible effort worldwide to repair the situation and educate people about body dysmorphia over the years. And the term unrealistic body expectations had been used to label those figures we see in Hollywood where, due to genetics, money and/or time, only a few people can achieve. And this was not just with the body weight, but with the plastic surgery as well. Lips, hips, nose, underbelly, you name it. But wait, there's more to that story that we're not touching. A lot of these celebrities with unrealistic body types have also been victims of anorexic and bulimic disorders because they needed to fit the expectations of producers, directors, and other sick-minded individuals in the industry. With all of this said, it would seem that I am favoring the argument that Stellar Blade's design is actually promoting a specific unrealistic body type, right? Well, no. All you need to do is to go outside and see people. You will see that there's a lot of women with different shapes, sizes, aesthetics, and others. It's no wonder that even men came up with a meme of a model versus random girl who works at McDonald's because you often see women with genetics that allow them to look like those unrealistic expectations. Having done theatre for a long time, even I encountered myself with women who I thought were bulimic or anorexic as well because of how thin they were, but a lot of them were either ballet dancers, models, or simply had a thin body due to genetics, the same way that I have seen curvy or plus-sized women as well. And you know what? That's normal. The argument of having an unrealistic body expectation because a woman is good looking, thin, or having big boobs or big arms is basically denying or destroying the existence of other women. The argument of real women only being obese or not having any of these features that I just mentioned is treating them as invisible or non-existent. And I know what these napkins could be thinking. Oh, look at that knight in shining armor expecting attention of any of these women like a pick-me-up girl. What an insult. Sorry, darling, I can understand other languages other than my only value is sexual validation, unlike you. Have you tried learning being a normal human being for once? I'll even give you an easy one to learn. Don't be a cunt. How about that? Oh, and I haven't gotten to this part yet. I have never seen any of these people trashing the Kardashians, Zendaya, or Taylor Swift. Have you noticed that? Like, these people put a lot of effort and time into bashing a bloody video game character but say jack shit about any of these celebrities. Don't get me wrong, I don't want anyone to go after anybody because of their body type. But if we are working with the unrealistic body type hate, shouldn't we go after the skinny, the typical blonde, or the curvy? Oh, we're just nitpicking then. Or is it perhaps that you are projecting yourself with a narcissistic need to always be represented in any media all the time? Like, I've played Final Fantasy my entire life and it's my favorite franchise of all time. And let me tell you, you might not know my face, but I certainly don't look like any of the male characters from any game. They are, almost, all the time designed to look as hot and perfect as possible. 99% of the characters are made to look like Vogue models, and I look absolutely nothing like them. And you know what? I don't give a flying turd about it. It's the stories I'm interested about. My only concern with Stellar Blade is not even if the character is hot or not. It's just that it isn't a boring game. Make a character however you want it to be, but please don't make it boring. But this discussion is still provoking meltdowns all over the world as if suddenly the existence of a single game played by nerds, myself included, is gonna create the next genocide of women. Are you kidding me? What kind of mental gymnastics do you need to make to extrapolate from incomplete information to reach to that conclusion? Are you stupid, or did you not get enough crayons as a kid to be explained basic facts? Or maybe it's not even about that. Perhaps this is about being dramatic enough to get the necessary clout to feel represented in every possible media as possible. Guess what? Not everything is made to fit your narcissistic wish to be reflected everywhere as if you were competing with the sun to be the center of this galaxy, darling. But as a final note, this is a message to anyone in general. Your body type does not define your value as a human being. Always try to achieve the best version of yourself and prioritize your health before anything else. While it is a normal trait for human beings to have, you don't really need society validation to be truly accepted or be considered a person. I know it's hard to take it from a random man online who never shows his face, but I hide it for different reasons. My point is that I grew up as a rebel in the 90s, early 2000s, so I always felt the need to accept and care for people regardless of their weight, skin color, skin condition or body impediments. Just don't be a dick and that's it. And to you, the viewer, don't be a dick either. Especially to yourself, learn how to hug and embrace your reflection. It is who you are and try to embrace the potential of who you can be. This has been Juano and thank you for watching.